Welcome to the Make Me Whole podcast. I'm your host, Josette Rosado, and it's time to talk getting past what's difficult, trusting our own abilities to do more, and keeping it that way. So this week, I've been thinking a lot about gratitude, and not gratitude for the things that I have, but really gratitude for the person that I am. I've been encouraging a lot of people to consider this because I think it's so easy for us to get caught up in criticizing ourselves more than anything. We're used to doing that. It reminded me of this thing we used to do when I worked at schools, where every Friday, everyone looked forward to the high five email. And in it, all different staff members would give a high five to somebody who might have been helpful or just someone they wanted to support, highlighting the things that people did well. Who doesn't like to get a high five? Team members do it all the time when they finish a game, win or loss. There are people who do it to show excitement or express that they are on the same page. And of course, as I've mentioned before, I'm reading a lot this summer, which is tons of fun. I'm lucky to have the time to do that. But going back to Mel Robbins, she has a book that's called The High Five Habit. Isn't that a coincidence? I don't think so. See, we want better vibes. We want to celebrate. We want to be validated. We want acceptance. We want positive thoughts. But if we do, doesn't it make sense that we have to give those things to ourselves first? I mean, come on, it starts with us. And if we don't cheer for ourselves and the things we're dreaming about, who else will? If you turn away from looking at yourself in the mirror, if you can't see that you're worth loving, why would anyone else? And when you learn how to love yourself and support yourself, it helps with your relationships with those around you, doesn't it? When you can celebrate yourself, it helps you cheer for others. And that's because your relationship with yourself is the foundation of every single relationship that you have in your life. And we're not going to wait to cheer ourselves on. I mean, I'll do it a year from now. Why? I'll do it when I get that promotion or lose the weight or make that goal. Why? You deserve to be cheered for just as you are, where you are right now. You not only deserve it, you actually need it. When we do that, it satisfies those emotional needs where we get to be seen, where we get to be heard, acknowledged. More than that, we're going to feel good when we receive that kind of support. Feeling encouraged, being believed in and celebrated, those are some of the strongest forces we can experience in our lives. Mel Robbins says you should get up in the morning and make a high five a priority. Doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter how you feel. Get up, go to the mirror, and high five yourself right then and there. Hair in a bun, makeup from the night before, dirty teeth and all. Because when you make that high five a daily habit, you're going to discover that secret to self-love and self-acceptance. God, that sounds so good. The other really crazy thing about it is that you're going to stop seeing yourself for the physical you and start seeing what's inside of you. That person and all that you represent. When you're at the mirror, ready to give yourself that high five, you're not just seeing you, you're greeting yourself like you would anybody that you saw walking down the street or on your front porch. You're raising your hands and silently saying to yourself, hey, I see you. You got this. Let's do this. All of this is going to impact your mood, your feelings, your motivation, and your attitude. And let me be clear, this isn't just an act. This is self-validation. Again, I don't care what you look like first thing in the morning. When your hand slaps that mirror, you feel seen, heard, appreciated. Plus, when you do the act of giving yourself a high five, your mood isn't the only thing that changes. Your perspective gets to change too. You'll be made to think about, what's the bigger game I'm trying to play today? Practicing that high five, you think about what it is you want to do for yourself. How do you want to show up? Who do you want to be? What's that one personal project that you need to make progress on today? And it's a moment of intentional reflection. Ooh, that's powerful. Taking that time to reflect on you improves your performance, helps you be more effective, makes you feel motivated. It impacts everything from your confidence to setting those and meeting those goals and being more productive. There is some well-documented research on the motivational power of high fives. I'm not just making this up. Researchers have found out that the best way to motivate your kids in the face of challenging tasks is to give them a high five. There was a study about school-aged kids that were split into these 3 groups, and they were asked to complete difficult tasks. The researchers actually gave 3 forms of encouragement. The kids were either praised, like saying you're smart or you're so talented, or they were told they were working hard and praised for their effort, like you're really dedicated, or they were simply given a high five. The high five was hands down the best motivator. And you know why? The kids who were told they were smart, talented, they were the least motivated and had the least fun. Those who were praised for their effort showed more enjoyment, and they had a higher level of persistence. But those kids who just got the high five, they were the ones that felt most positive about themselves and their efforts, and kept it going for the longest time. In fact, the results were so clear that the researchers titled the study "High Fives Motivate" when they published it in the academic journal Frontiers in Psychology. I told you this was based on facts, not just stuff I'm making up here, I promise. I think the basic element in all of this is being kind. We definitely know how to do that to everyone around us. We're taught that at such a young age. We don't oftentimes do it for ourselves. Why not? None of us have been taught how. It's just that simple. If you're tough on yourself, blame the tough love you received as a child. Where we were told, suck it up, pull up your big girl pants, wipe away those tears. I think the worst parenting excuse in the world is, it was done to me and I'm fine. That doesn't make any sense at all. That's why we're so tough on ourselves. As a kid, your brain absorbed everything around you. And it's what explains why you repeat some of the things that you learned as an infant or a child. So what do? Well, that's simple. Every morning, before you look at your phone or let the world in, take a time with your reflection. The second you leave the bathroom, almost everything is going to be about other people. You'll be distracted by your phone, TikTok, what's on Facebook, what's going on at work, what emails, what everybody else in the house needs. Mel Robbins' high five habit is a time that you take every morning for you. You stand in front of the mirror, just be with yourself for a second, and when you feel ready, high five yourself in the mirror. Why do I believe this works? Well, yeah, it's very simple, but it's a simple task that you'll repeat over and over again because it is that quick to do. It's easier for you to get it done. Behavior changes they only happen when you repeat the behavior you want to do. And in order to build a new habit, you need to add it into your routine. Since the high five is easy and feels really good, and you do it every day, you'll prove to yourself that you can stick to it. And that's what's going to build your confidence. So give yourself some credit. Give yourself a high five. You deserve it. All right, let's see how many of you are going to wake up tomorrow morning and give yourself that high five. I know it seems silly at first, but I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Thank you to everyone who's been listening today and to all my subscribers. I'd love to hear from you. Reach out at makemewhole@bossesofbliss.com, on Facebook and Instagram at Bosses of Bliss, and TikTok at Blissful Boss. Remember, complain less and do more. I'll see you next time.